All right, good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Card Authority, episode 25, but it's not about episode 25 today. Right. It is about the release. Oh, there's sound going too. The exciting new release just announced from Select 2021 Optimum. We've obviously been madly just going through the checklist like everyone else has been and watching the video, the fantastic production that Select and Lynn Gilmartin just put out. Jenks, there's not many things that get you distracted from a secure game.
I know. I haven't even checked out the Saints game. I'm very excited. I want to walk through this whole thing with you. We haven't really had a chance to even chat about it amongst ourselves yet. We've each got a laptop set up here, as you might be able to see on the camera view. There, you can definitely see on his. Yeah. You can see mine as well. And we are going through the checklist in real time here. But I'm just going to start it off and say, how is the production value of what Select just did and pulled it off? Yep. I think we knew straight away, and we talked about it a little bit over the last couple of days as well in various breaks and whatnot, that Select did an announcement for an announcement. And when a company does an announcement about an announcement, well, they have to bring out all the bells and whistles, otherwise they're going to let everyone down. But I'm going to be honest, that absolutely blew it like out of the ballpark for me for what I was expecting with regards to how they just delivered that and what they just showcased, the professionalism, the imagery, then moving into the live stream with Lynn, just everything about it was unbelievable, and the product to match it.
So before we deep dive into the product, obviously it was all a little pretty bit crazy there. I'm going to get through a little bit of admin for everyone just to give some details of some stuff, because I know it all happened right there at the end. So, excuse me. So just to confirm, the box price is now $315, and we'll talk about all these things in depth, but I just want to run through for anyone that's missed out on the information. SCC, you can actually log in and buy now. That is open for sale. So if you're an SCC member, you can jump onto the website right now and book your boxes.
7 days or 6 days.
Something like that. I'll confirm that on the screen. On sale date for the public is going to be Saturday, the 28th of August. So that is next Saturday at 2 drops. So there's 1 p.m. and also 6 p.m. Obviously, when the first drop sold out, then they'll do the next one. There is a maximum of 4 boxes per household, account, name, address, etc. All the standard rules with Select. So if you're an SEC member, you can get 1 box to your SEC plus an additional 4. So it's a total of 5 boxes. The shipping date is going to be Thursday, the 16th of September. So that looks like a small change of what they've done in the past where they've had a release date. Shipping date is going to be Thursday, 16th of September. There is a whole range of different shipping methods that are actually listed on the Select website if you have a look. There is some same day overnight for Melbourne Metro. There's Express, there's Courier. I've got them all up here actually. So there's Express Post, there's Domestic Courier, there's Star Trek Premium, which is next day. And then for Melbourne Metro, there is same day, next night sort of thing. But that's only for certain suburbs. So make sure you go and get familiar with all the shipping options. We will run through this at the end of the show, but just to let everyone know, there is other shipping options, but the shipping date is Thursday, the 16th of September. The checklist is now on site. It is also listed on Card Authority and all the major sites. But that's pretty much just the little bit of the admin side of things. 12 boxes per case. Not that really anyone's going to get any cases, but fair to say the product is stacked.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a stacked product. So I might reel off just a couple of things off the top, and then I'm going to let you go through the cards, I think, for everyone.
Yeah, sure. Then, I'm still digesting just like everyone else.
Let's go through and then we'll have a bit of a chat. So on the broad side of things, 8,400 boxes, produced 700 cases, 24 packets per box, and 7 cards per packet.
Yep.
Stacked with the most amount of numbered cards we've ever seen in a release before. Significant changes have taken place as to what certain cards now mean. It's fair to say Select has listened to what the people wanted when it comes to metal cards and all Australians, and we are seeing the first ever edition of numbered metal cards and numbered All-Australian cards.
Which we've talked about for a year.
Yeah, we've continued to talk about that since the inception of Card Authority. So incredible to see that once again, they certainly are listening to the people, and they've really, they've got that right in terms of numbering. I'm still trying to digest a little bit how basically an All-Australian is now a 2 per case hit. Is that right? And a metal card is a 1 in 3 case hit.
Yeah.
So the metal cards numbered to 50 are now 1 in 3 cases, and the All-Australian, rather than being in every second packet unnumbered, are now 2 per case, and they're numbered to 65. So quite amazing, actually. Amazing turn of events there. And as per the preview, the metal cards look unbelievable. So all of a sudden, they've taken what was already a short print, discarded case hit, and turned it into a genuine short print numbered case hit. And I think we've all been waiting a very, very long time for that to happen. So kudos to Select for that. Now, in broad terms, because I want to really let you talk about this, I know you've done a bit more analysis already on this. This, people talk about loaded products, stacked products, products with value. There's no doubt about it. The methodology behind the creation of what Select's been doing for the better part of 12 or 18 months now, and what they continue to do into the future, is understand what creates a strong secondary market here and what creates a collectible item. They have absolutely hit the nail on the head here. Sure, we're going to analyze more over the next week or two, and opinions may change as we delve further into it. But as of right now, I feel like the sentiment I share with many others is just absolutely blown away by this.
Yeah, look, we suddenly noticed as we were watching the stream there was 700 odd people on there. And again, kudos to Select for putting on a really great presentation. And, what they've really done well, I'd say probably for the last year since Brilliance, and Lynn has obviously been a fantastic part of that, but they've created hype and excitement. Plus, they've been incredibly clear with giving the information. The screenshots that they posted, or the video at the start, where it showed every release, the amount of players listed, what they were numbered to. We'll post all those screenshots on Card Authority after the show. But straight off the bat, there was no wondering this, wondering that. You knew exactly what was coming. So look, I wrote a few notes, and I've got the checklist in front of me. I think obviously you just touched on the metal card and the All-Australian, which is, it's gone from a card that people perhaps don't like to get, especially in a break or a box, to now these are super desirable cards. But let's wind back to a little bit of the lower end of the inserts. The Optimum Plus and the Optimum Plus Parallel. When I first popped up, I wasn't sure, but then once Lynn showed those cards, they are seriously good-looking cards. And the shine and the finish on them, for effectively a low-end parallel that's numbered to 455, that's a seriously good-looking card.
Absolutely.
I think that the fact that they're trying to a little bit, we've talked about NBA sort of crossover, trying to get these parallels and matching cards so that they're visualizing what people are going to be doing in their folders is going to look fantastic. The specialist cards look, really different and really bright. All the good players are covered from them. That's effectively a box hit.
That's 180, number to 180.
Number
to 80.
Number to 80.
But 180 is.
There's 180 variations. 108 variations, I believe.
108. 108
Yeah.
player variations, number to 80.
That's right. The All-Australian we talked about. The headliners, which I jokingly said, which is the other box here, is effectively like a mugshot, which I love. I love the perspective of it. They're a really raw-looking card. And something completely different that we haven't seen here in Australian cards, and certainly by Select. So I think the fact that you've now got 2 guaranteed box hits, I think I worked out, I wrote a little note here that, 9 out of every 12 boxes are going to have a case hit or a major hit. Not that people are going to have cases, but in every box, 18 out of the 24 packs are going to have a numbered insert minimum.
Exactly right. So 18 out of 24 packs will have a numbered insert. 3 in every 4 boxes have a case hit, and the alternating 1 in 4 boxes has a platinum DPS as an extra hit.
Yeah.
So every box you're effectively going to get 2 DPSs.
Yep.
Whereby you're either going to get a copper and a gold, or 1 in 4 you're going to get a copper and a platinum.
And in some cases, you're actually going to get 3 DPSs.
Yeah,
or
potentially.
Or it's going to be
there's going to be
substituted
an out
for
like
one of the other
yeah,
cases.
for another
that's right.
case here.
Yeah.
But essentially, like your box breakdown. So, guys, I've just done some quick notes here as well. So I'll reel it off quickly. So a box breakdown is going to look pretty much like this: 12 Optimum Plus, 3 Parallels, 1 Headliner, 1 Specialist, 1 Copper DPS, either a Gold or Platinum DPS. And if you get a gold DPS, you're going to get another case hit instead.
Yep.
But if you get a platinum DPS, that replaces the case hit in that box.
And obviously, look, we say that these are all based on average numbers that we've seen, and we're speculating a little bit about the configuration, but from all the numbers that we've
what we've just crunched together,
in 10
exactly
minutes
right.
or whatever it is, that's a fairly we think that's fairly robust.
Yeah.
So let's look about the DPSs for a minute.
Yeah.
I think it's a fantastic idea, first of all, that they've done all 59 picks.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of criticism in the past that if you've got, say, for Gold Coast Suns, they pick 2 players that go 1 and 2.
Yeah.
The guy that goes pick 1 gets a DPS. The guy that goes pick 2
Correct.
doesn't.
Yeah,
It jumps
exactly.
over.
Yeah.
So that's a fantastic advancement.
Yeah.
The fact that they're going to 3 different versions again, so you can then get the random, the rainbows in your pages, 1, 2, 3, are exceptional.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be so much speculation, which is obviously fueled very heavily in the NBA side of things, to really gather those DPSs.
Yeah.
And the fact that there's going to be a couple in every box, it's just, it's an absolute feast if you're opening your box or if you're going in a box break.
Yeah.
Moving on to the slightly bigger one. So I'm going to put the Optimum cards aside for a sec. Influentials return, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And quickly looking at the checklist, it looks like they've really nailed the players.
Yeah.
So you've got Riley O'Brien for Adelaide. You've got Charlie Cameron for Brisbane. Sam Walsh for Carlton is amazing. Darcy Moore for Collingwood is very deserved. Zach Merritt is good. Michael Walters for Fremantle. Tomahawk, that's going to be a huge card.
Yeah.
Josh Kelly for GWS. Matty Rao finally gets a proper insert card for Gold Coast. And that was probably something that missed the boat a little bit in the earlier releases this year.
In Prestige. But we did also say in Prestige, when a lot of people were questioning player selection, we talked about in Prestige, well, hold on, Prestige is a parallel set of footy stars.
Of course.
We've still got Series 2, and they don't want to, obviously, there's been criticism in the past about oversaturation.
Okay, let me just finish this. Let me finish the list. Jaeger O'Meara for Hawthorn. Petrarca for Melbourne. Now, people have been screaming out for Petrarca cards. Goldstein for North is great. Ollie Wines, who arguably will probably be the Brownlow medalist, will be fantastic. Cochin for Tigers, which I'm thrilled about. As much as I love my Dusty cards, Cochin really hasn't featured on any big cards for years, so that's great. I know you'd be pretty happy with Max King.
Very happy with Max King.
Very happy with Max
one
King.
of my big other PCs.
Yep. Papley for Sydney. Kelly for West Coast. That's an interesting one. I don't know whether West Coast collectors love Tim Kelly.
Was the expectation he would have a bigger season than what he did?
Yes, but I also think there's not a lot of love for Tim Kelly, but I'll let West Coast supporters argue that.
Yeah.
And Aaron Norton for the Doggies.
Yeah.
Shit, that's a huge card.
Yeah, huge card. Right?
But what you were saying about the representation, that's right. And also I think something very conscious that they're doing is Select seem to be a lot better now at making sure they're not double dipping players across multiple series.
Yeah.
So I see Lachlan Charmy on the stream. He'd be very excited about the knick-knack cards, and we'll get to the signatures in a second. But the fact that they haven't gone and put knick-knack on every single insert or Dusty on every single insert, that doesn't mean that they're not going to use them for future things in the year.
Yeah.
But it's nice that they've given a little bit of balance.
Yep.
So the influentials, obviously everyone knows about them. Number to 40, that's a legitimate case hit. No, Adam Jenkins' shirt is not cool. The Optimum Mirror and the Optimum Dual Sig. So I'm going to go through the Dual Sigs because, that probably encompasses it a little bit better. Matty Crouch and Scotty Thompson is a ripper for Adelaide. Cam Rayner, who has got a cult following at Brisbane himself, and Jonathan Brown, amazing. Jack Martin and Craig Bradley, that's a ripper too. Tony Shaw and Steel Sidebottom, that's huge. Like Steel really hasn't had a big card since Dominance 2019. Scotty Lucas and Stringer, so that's a big one for Essendon. Brayshaw and McManus for Fremantle. Dangerfield and Chapman, that's a ripper for Geelong. Lockie Whitfield and Luke Power. I actually went to school with Luke Power. He was a bit better at footy than me. That's a ripper for GWS. Butterick and Rishkatelli for Gold Coast. Yeah, that's okay. But, I mean, look, it's not terrible. It's a bit harder with Gold Coast to have the more seasoned players.
Yeah.
Hawthorn. Now, we've got a few Hawthorn people in the chat.
I've seen Mr. Laffin floating around in there already.
Sammy Mitchell, the incumbent coach, and Warble.
It's a monster.
Oh,
that is another Hawthorn monster card.
Monster. Salem and Gary Lyon from Melbourne is a ripper. Anthony Stevens and Ben Cunnington. I reckon the Joey's guys are going to love that. Port Adelaide, like Zach Butters on his loan, let alone Kane Corns, is going to be huge. Tigers, Roach and Rewalt. So again, nice that they've gone away from Dusty.
Yeah.
I mean, Jack Rewalt hasn't had a signature card since his DPS.
Yeah.
So that's a ripper. Oh, sorry, it's Coleman Predictor, my mistake. A couple of blokes for St Kilda, I think.
I'll tell you, that is a huge pairing.
Max King and then obviously Jack Rewalt's cousin.
That's right. But you got to understand.
Hang on.
That is a serious card.
That's a serious card,
That's a serious card.
Paul Kelly, Callum Mills for Sydney is good.
Nick Nat
and Ben Cousins.
Wow.
Arguably, that is probably the biggest dual sig out of the set. I mean, even as a non-West Coast collector, that's a serious card.
Big card.
Serious card.
Big card that a lot of people outside of West Coast collectors would love to have.
Absolutely. Scotty West and Lockie Hunter. So the interesting thing about these is obviously you've got the dual signature, but you've also got the mirrors too.
Yeah.
So there's the individual non-sig versions. And they've, what I love is Select have taken some learnings from the Showstoppers a couple of years ago, last year, and having peels on cards so they don't get damaged in transfer and movement. Not only probably cuts down replacement issues for them, but when you pull that peel off, shit, did you see how good they look?
Yeah, they look. So I peeled a lot of my Showstoppers, which are in cases, obviously, but I peeled a few of them. So the shine is quite amazing underneath.
The fact that these players, it's the same jumper number.
Yeah.
I guess, I'll throw to you now. Can you imagine how hard it's going to be to get the number 12 Max King?
I'm in the market. If anyone gets that, I'm definitely in the market for it already.
I think a few people will be.
I think,
honestly, the jumper number cards are going to be insane.
I'm shooting myself in the foot here because it's going to end up costing me more money in the long run. But the Max King, Nick Rewalt, you're talking about Nick Rewalt, one of the all-time greats of St Kilda, and every St Kilda collector and supporter holds him in the highest of esteem.
Yep.
And every St Kilda supporter is looking at Max King as being our next Nick Rewalt. He has the same jumper number. It's for a reason. The synergies and everything of that. That is...
Platy, you're spot on.
It's a huge card.
The dual sig with the same jumper number. Otherwise, no one would be happy with the two pairs.
Yeah, it's a huge... Perfect. It's huge. So that for me, like that Rewalt, the Rewalt Max King card would be up there in the top echelon of all-time St Kilda cards. Yep. Absolutely.
You're probably going to get one or two of those.
No doubt about it. I'll be looking for those. I will be in the market for them. Also, just to clarify, the non-signature versions are not the dual player cards. There's one for each player represented.
So 36 cards in the set.
36 in the set.
Two from each team, and then number two, where's my list? They're numbered to 60.
60.
So the dual sig is numbered to 50. And the non-sig is numbered to 60.
But each player has their own one. So imagine there's going to be some serious chase for numbers during this series, guys. I'm already thinking about, in my mind, trying to match up different numbers of different cards. Well, if you get a dual sig in, let's say, a 27, you ideally want your other two cards as both of them as 27s as well to see if you can match it up.
Absolutely.
The jumper number chase for this series is going to be all time. Absolutely.
We thought the whole 001 and low number chase was big.
Yeah.
Jumper number is going to be crazy.
Values, a lot of people talking about values in the comments, probably not something we want to get too much into today. We need a bit of time to break it down and look at it. But, on a very minimal average basis from some basic stuff we've already run through here, the increase in box price from $250 to $315.
240.
Sorry, $240 to $315. 305 or 315?
315.
Okay,
Yep.
it is justified based on a couple of different factors. One, what's going to come out of the box on a minimum basis, but also the way the market has adjusted and the marketplace has completely shifted as well.
Yep.
I think it's justified. I haven't seen much negative feedback about it. I'm sure there will always be a little bit, but I don't think it's such a big issue. I think had they gone up to 350 or something like that, then people would be starting to really question it. This is not a mainstream general market product.
This is not a product for kids.
This is a hobby product. It's not targeted at kids.
Yeah, it's
kids. More and more kids are getting into it, but this is not targeted at kids. And I think the other thing this is going to reinforce as well amongst people, is which we've talked about quite a lot over the last couple of months on Card Authority, is based on the way things are going and the level of participation and the value of cards on the secondary market, it reinforces that this is a series which is a lot of people will have to adjust their collecting style. There's no need to sort of throw your hands in the air and I'm out of cards, I'm bailing, it's too hard. Make an adjustment.
Can I, so Kat, has anyone worked out the print run? Is it the same as Dominance and previous series 2? I did compare it against Dominance. I believe Dominance was about 6,000 boxes. Yeah. So it looks like, in very loose terms, they've moved from 6,000 to 8,400, which is effectively a shift from 500 cases to 700 cases.
However, there's 12 less packets per box.
Correct.
So it's roughly that we believe, Kat, without having had the time to fully dissect it, we believe the print run is roughly the same size.
Oh, cards.
Total cards, total print run is around the same size. Obviously, 8,400 boxes because their format's 24. Not.
But I guess, look, if you're talking about the production run and the print run, you're right. The exact print run, we probably need to crunch a few numbers. But the production run definitely looks to be, an extra 20-30% more than what Dominance was. Which one? Sorry, did you want to go?
Aaron Capitan's comment, because this is the thing. Effectively.
So just if anyone missed that at the start, Aaron Capitan on message, I think they got rid of a lot of brick packets. So as we worked out before, it looks like at least 18 of the 24 packets
all have a numbered card.
Which
means less is getting discarded.
Correct.
We know all about it.
And that's a minimum.
We have recycle bins that after a couple of weeks of breaks, the cards stop getting boxed and they get recycled. Like that's the reality of it. So it puts more cards into collections and less wastage, basically.
And I think also too that, obviously, we do some break stuff. I think for breakers, it's fantastic. I think for people that buy boxes, it's fantastic. I don't know how much of this product is going to get sold in individual packets. I don't even think they've listed an RRP for packet price. I think it's going to be pretty much a box sold product. But that means that if you're getting a box for your SCC or you're only buying one box, that there is going to be plenty of hits you're going to get out of that box.
Absolutely.
And, if you happen to hit a case insert box,
your worst case scenario out of a box is you get 2 signature cards. Worst case scenario is you get 2 SIGs, of which one of them's numbered to 40.
No. Because you might get a gold and also a so 85.
But no, because you still get a case hit on top of those.
We don't know that.
The way we're speculating, the way it works out. So worst case, it doesn't matter. Worst case scenario, you're getting 2 DPS SIGs a box. Plus 3 other 1 per box hits. Plus all the other numbered cards. It's pretty impressive stuff.
And Robbie, as you said there, I don't think there is actually a packet price. Obviously, the maths, because there's less packets in a box, it's going to blow that out. But as I said, from everything I've quickly looked on the website, I don't think this is a product that's going to be sold in packets. I don't think Optimum.
And Robbie, just to jump back on that as well, obviously with the amount of numbered cards now coming out of the packets and the boxes, there's a perceived increase in secondary market value there for the individual cards. So it's fair to say the highest print cards here are numbered to 455, which are the Optimum Plus, which are effectively getting 12 per box. That's the equivalent of a certified 460 card or a holographic parallel card with high print or whatever it is. So,
but I think from memory, in those you would get 8 460s a box. Was that right?
Something like that. Like 8 out of a 36 packet box. That's right. So you're going to get packets that have 2 numbered cards in them. There's going to be packets with 2 numbered cards. Some packets.
No,
No.
there shouldn't be.
No, sorry, there's less packets that don't have numbered
That's right.
cards.
So that's
because
what it should be a minimum of 18.
The unnumbered All Australians, which would count as a pooled insert as opposed to an all base pack,
Yep.
has been replaced by other numbered cards at this point.
And they have said there is, Lynn did mention that there is going to be times where you get 3 DPSs.
Yeah, that's right.
And, there is going to be little quirks, obviously. All
Because
these numbers are based on-
there's that very low percentage of overprint, which has to still be put into the circulation.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly
Correct.
right.
And look, we'll obviously crunch all the numbers over the next couple of days through a spreadsheet, but I think this is going to be one of those situations where in the past people have looked at the checklist and then looked at the number of boxes and things printed that there is going to be double up cards.
Yeah.
It looks like all the cards are going to be distributed across all the boxes pretty evenly.
Yeah.
So they're all effectively going to be allocated.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8,400 boxes. That's correct, Robbie.
Yeah,
that's
Luke,
right.
Luke James, that's 8,400 is the answer there. And Kat Kernahan, unless something's changed, that's correct. They have a 2K after.
I think everyone has different.
Or everyone has different limits.
Everyone
But if you're on like the maximum afterpay allowance, you can get through Select's website 2,000 worth of afterpay. So what are we talking about? $1,400 worth of boxes to get all 4. If you were able to buy 4 boxes,
5, you're looking at 15.
yeah, so 1565. Okay, if you across
1575.
yeah. If you get an SCC plus 4 on release, exactly right.
Yep.
And make no mistake, guys, demand is going to be through the roof for this.
Absolutely.
People, I'm sure, will be elated, and as many people will be disappointed as well. So don't set yourself up for a massive fall here. If you got involved in the SCC, you did it for a reason, and that's the reward you're getting right now. Is you're guaranteed that box. Anything else that anyone can get on release day, including ourselves, I'm looking at it as a bonus, basically. If I can get 4 boxes through on release day, I'm stoked. If I don't get it through, I'm not. It's not the end of the world, because I'm also acknowledging, well, look at the way everyone's already talking about this. Look at how it's been for all the other releases. It's a big time.
And realistically, you're going to go in 7,000 breaks anyway.
That's right. I'll be in every single break on every page.
But again, look, we certainly put this disclaimer out before every new release. Just, it's a stressful time for everybody. Everyone wants their cards. It's surely going to start right now. I can already see on one of my screens.
And the release is a little while away,
Absolutely. We're still like
almost
3
a
weeks
month away. We're 3 weeks away from release, folks. So don't overcook it early.
But just be kind to everyone. Everyone wants their cards. Everyone wants to be involved. It's going to be a stressful time, but I think as it showed with Prestige, everyone that wants to get a box or a couple of boxes is not going to have a problem. There's going to be plenty of stock around for everyone.
Well, that's the thing. And I think the whole thing there alludes to sort of what Kat was saying before as well, is that there's more boxes available this year than there was previously. So not as many packs per box, which means more boxes. So as a result of that, there is going to be a good opportunity to get a bite at the apple there.
Yeah. I just want to answer this question. All right. So this is from Robbie. Here's one for you. Take your breakers hats off. Where is the best value for set collectors? Buying 4 boxes and earning the same dollar value in breaks, assuming you get team each time. Well, I mean, if you could assume that you're getting your team in every break,
that would be the way to go.
Well, that would be the way to go. But the reality is you're not. I think if you're a set collector, it doesn't matter whether you buy 4 boxes or you go in the same value in breaks. You're going to need to do some aftermarket or secondary market trading or buying. There is so many inserts here for so many people and so many clubs. It's a big set to complete. And I did see that Gat and Cremona mentioned earlier on about, is this the end of master set collectors? Well, it's not going to be an end.
It's an adjustment.
It's just an adjustment. And this is going to be the same with Supremacy in the future and other releases. As more people are in the hobby and there's more demand and all that kind of stuff, people are going to want to get more cards.
Can I just say, there's a bit of an all-star lineup joining.
I know, Jules from EJs.
We got Jules from EJs who said his phone's already getting smashed. Guys, leave Jules alone. Leave Dale and the Cherry guys alone.
No, but hang on a second.
Because no one knows yet. No one's going to know.
I think all you guys should definitely
actually
call Dale at Cherry and message him. He loves PMs.
We'll chuck his mobile number up in the comments a little bit later.
And message Jules at EJs. They're taking care
But don't contact our shop, please.
We're joking. No one knows yet.
No one's going to know yet, guys. So just hold off, because the release is still 3 weeks away. So everyone, or at a retail level, we all have as much information as what everyone else does at this point in time. Hopefully that changes in the next few days when everyone speaks with the distributor. But for the moment, no, we don't know anything. Jules certainly doesn't.
We don't know.
Dale doesn't know anything at the best of times, so he definitely doesn't know anything about it.
But if you do want to message Dale and ask him questions,
any questions,
he loves it. Yeah, about life cards, whatever,
his tendencies, whatever you want.
Yeah. But yeah, look, hopefully there will be. Oh, Blake's here.
Blakey,
1-800. All right. Well, but look, on a very serious note, putting our retailers' hats on, obviously here for RGB Collectibles, we don't know anything yet. Jules clearly doesn't know from EJ's. Dale from Cherry doesn't know. These are some of the biggest stores in Melbourne. None of us know yet. So we're going to find out information, obviously, in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure all those businesses will release information as it comes to hand. We will certainly, if those guys want us to pass that information on, we can. I've literally got people messaging me now.
Hey guys, there's a lot of really good questions coming up in the comments. Stuff like what Sammy Ma has just said. I wonder if we're guaranteed a base set. A lot of this stuff, we are going to have to take on notice at this point.
Yep.
It's a twofold thing. We have to do some research, and then AJ needs to go and bail up the people, really bust their chops and select for some other answers as well.
Sam, we run everything through a spreadsheet, but obviously we've had 8 minutes to do it. So
that's right.
We will crunch more numbers and data over the next coming days. My gut feeling is you'll get pretty close. I think for base, for commons cards, there's 12 per team, 11 plus 1. So there's 11 plus a header. So it's going to get really close to getting a full set. But, I mean, we really don't know.
Yeah.
We really don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, we'll definitely give Dale a yell. He's getting 600 cases.
Yeah, so that's perfect. Out of the 700 cases, Dale's getting 600, guys. So just remember that in a few weeks' time when you see all the beautiful commentary around.
Yep.
Dale declared he got the 600
All right,
cases.
so let me this is a good question from Lachlan, Nick Nat's greatest fan. If you guys look at the checklist, the base set doesn't have all the big name players, and that's right. So it looks like what they've done is they've done a common card set, the Optimum Plus,
which is the numbered cards,
which is another set.
It's a parallel,
and then a parallel version
of that.
So I think they've actually found a way of, instead of pigeonholing to 9 or 10 players, you've actually been able to cover 18, 19, 20. And again, I haven't gone through all of it.
Presumably that's something they would retheme for next year and swap it out. No, because a different list of players.
Yeah, I think it's just a way to incorporate all the rookie cards. We'll talk about that in a sec. But it gets more players with more cards, opposed to the doubling up of players.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I'm a huge supporter, as everyone knows, of numbered cards. I like the idea in something that's collectible to not be just told something's short print, but to be guaranteed the finite aspect because they're printed numbers on it.
Yep.
And to me, that's where the future of card collecting and the value in card collecting really lies.
Robbie's already done the math for us. So you won't get a base set per box. 6 base cards, because if it's 7 plus a numbered insert, times 24 packs is only 144. Plus there'll be a couple of extras. So not even close. So yeah, Robbie's absolutely spot on. You're going to need more than 1 box to get
a base set. There you go. So there's the answer there.
Yep.
Question on notice, now answered.
Yep. Thank you, Robbie.
Yeah. Sorry, back to what I was saying. The numbered aspect becomes a really critical thing. And where we're seeing a big issue at the moment is international cards are starting to move into that realm of huge print runs, but nothing to really define it because the numbering is only on such particular subsets.
Yeah.
So I really think Select is going in the right direction here by securing the future value of the cards for the collectors as well, by numbering as much as they can. And sure, it's a more laborious process and there's costs involved in doing it.
Yep.
And I think, again, those costs are reflected in the increase in the cost of the product. More signature cards, more serial numbered cards means more hard costs for Select, and that's being passed on to us as a customer.
And the other thing too is there's another bigger world issue too. We obviously have other businesses.
Yeah.
For example, shipping a container from China 2 years ago was $2,000. Shipping a container to from China now is $4,500 or $5,000. Can you read those?
Yes,
Steve. So there are other costs now in this world, with production and logistics and trade. It makes sense that, cards are going to, go through. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all that on. So, yeah, I'll read that. For Luke James, for someone who For someone who can't work at the moment due to medical reasons, as AJ mentioned, I will be one who have to adapt and change the way I collect this set. Rather than throwing the toys out of the cot and saying I'm done collecting, I will adapt so I can still enjoy this hobby without putting myself in financial stress. And look, that's absolutely spot on. Everyone has to collect in their means and how it works best for them. So, you know, everyone would love to buy cases.
Yeah.
Everyone would love to buy 10 boxes.
Yeah.
Some people might only be able to afford to buy one box.
Exactly right.
You've just got to work your way through it and collect in the way that you know suits best for you.
Courses for courses. And look, we are at a point in history where there's no doubt, due to what's going on in the world and especially in Australia, everyone is in a different position, you know, based on the circumstances, but also the cost of collecting cards is going up. And this has been a recurring theme for the last 12 or 18 months. And we all just, we make those adjustments accordingly, as AJ said.
Yeah, so Kat, I won't read this out, but effectively you're just touching base on the, what do we think about all 59 draft picks getting a DPS card? Personally, I think I'm a fan of it. I think there were certain players that missed out on DPS cards. I've got a mental blank. Oh, Noah Anderson from Gold Coast.
Yeah, great one.
So the guy gets picked number 2. He's a really good player, but because Matty Rowell went number 1, he doesn't have a DPS card.
Yeah.
So on that basis, why not do a DPS card for the whole draft series?
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing, but you know, pricing and the demand for those cards, perhaps for guys that haven't had a senior game yet, the market will very much dictate that information. As they come out. Saints up by 20 points, James.
Well, I got to get to the game soon.
Got
to catch my private jet out the back of the Select warehouse. Grant's waiting for me on board at the moment.
So the cards, the series overall looks absolutely stacked. I think that this site will no doubt, this series will no doubt sell just as quick as
anything else
that has in the last year. I think demand for breaks is going to be huge. I think trading is going to be huge this year, especially with the DPSs.
It's fair to say they're obviously selling at 4 box limits, so case form is a thing of the past, guys.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a thing of the past, and this, we've talked about it before, and this just further cements it. It is a thing of the past, and we don't expect to see case cards in that previous format. They are now being included throughout the year as a highlight edition.
We've talked about that. We think that'll be the case next year.
You
know, I saw some rhetoric during the week where they were saying that there's no longer case cards. That might be the case. They'll be next year. So look, I think we're probably, what are we at? 47 minutes. We've probably all got some time. Is there anything else that you want to talk about that's caught your attention? Or?
I still need to really digest a lot, and I think probably everyone needs to as well. I feel like we've run through all the major highlights. Maybe let's just recap again for anyone who's only just jumped on the stream here. 8,400 boxes, 700 cases, 24 packets a box, 7 cards per packet. A minimum of 18 packets in a box contain a numbered card. A real basic level box breakdown is 12 Optimum Plus numbered to 455, 3 Parallels numbered to 115, 1 Headliner numbered to 95, 1 Specialist numbered to 80, 1 Copper DPS numbered to 170, either a Platinum or Gold DPS, which are numbered, 40 and 80. 3 in 4 boxes will have a genuine case hit, and 1 in 4 boxes will have a Platinum DPS. It's $315 a box. It's on sale right now
for SCC.
For SCC members. It's on sale next Saturday for the general public.
1 p.m. Australian Eastern
1 p.m.
and 6 p.m.
1 p.m. and 6 p.m. Dispatched on the 16th.
Thursday the 16th.
With a myriad of different options.
So please just make sure you go to the website and have a look. There are different shipping options depending on what state you're in and how long they will take, and I presume the costs of what it will be. It'll be a different cost. So make sure you go and check that out. 4 box limit. The player representation is amazing. I think they've done a really good job spreading the load. You know, some people are always going to be happier than others. I know Lachlan's very happy with Nick Nat. Personally, I love that there's a bit of a spread of Richmond players now. You know, enjoy it. This is an exciting time in the community.
100%.
There's nothing better than getting stuck into a new product. We will no doubt talk about this much more later in the day for people that are part of our break network. We'll be back on stream a little bit later. We will post all the screenshots on Card Authority from the start of the show. If you missed any of those, the checklists are up. All the information are going to be up on the website. There is an Optimum album they've released. You see that just at the end. It's blue, which is fantastic. Of course, all the retail stores will have those as well. But look, guys, be kind to each other. Be excited. We've got plenty of time, so save your pennies, get ready. And
a lot of people were saving for Supremacy. Well, that fund just became the Optimum Fund, and you can think about Supremacy a little bit later.
That's right. So look, everyone, thank you very much for joining us. Be excited. It's a really, really good time. It's a fun time in our community and another huge step, not only by Select with their product, but their execution. Well done to Lynn Gilmartin, and she did a brilliant job. Well done to you, James, as always.
And to you, AJ.
A little bit of an early start today, but it's always worth it to open up. Thank you, guys. Take care, and we will catch you all very shortly.
We'll see you guys very soon. We are definitely going to be doing a big episode before the release as
well.
We'll
be back
next week for standard programming on Card Authority. Thanks again for tuning in, everyone. And if you didn't see it yet,